Hello, good evening, and welcome to the second of our exclusive car reveals here on BSCDA TV. Tonight, and following Kelvin's last night, we are going to chat to number 372, Colin Goodswen. Colin, thank you very much for doing this evening. Great positioning, by the way, for this interview. I like the trophy, the picture. It's a great look.
Hi, Jonathan. How you doing? Yeah, picked from Wimbledon back in the day, and the first final trophy there. I like to keep that out just to good days.
Yeah, it looks good. It's a good look. Thank you very much. Just quickly looking at before we get on with anything else, 2020. It was an odd year for everybody. You did one meeting in 2020. Was that the intention, or did you want to do a few more, or were other things kind of impacting on what racing you did last year?
Work was actually busy for us last year. Probably weren't really going to do any, to be fair, but Kingston's just down the road. The car was sort of ready to go, so I just went and I just done the one.
Yeah.
That's just.
So what do you do for work?
My brother and I have got a little garage and recovery business. There's 13 of us there, so we've been there since 1927 as a family business. So yeah, it's going strong, going as well as what it ever has done, to be honest. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we enjoy it.
Which is good when it comes to funding stock car racing.
Yeah, because they're not cheap. we do struggle for spare time because we do run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, really?
I'm on call. I'm on call as we speak. So
Okay.
that's the joys of it. But yeah.
Yeah, we aren't important. So if you need to just run off, please do. Please do.
Yeah, hopefully I won't have to.
No. Okay. So in 2010, you came into Formula One stock car racing following a sort of successful career with Speedworth. The last Formula you did with them was their V8. So why did you move into what is our Formula One stock cars?
I always wanted to do them. Obviously, I've done the Speedworth V8s. I won their World Final and the European. Just always fancied one day to have a Formula One.
Yeah.
Put the V8 up for sale, and I'm going to be honest with you, Matt Newson sort of contacted me, and he actually took that in. Would you believe? He done a bit of a part exchange on what was then his pink car. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. Yeah, done a deal. If it weren't for Matt, probably wouldn't be in the job. Yeah, and he's helped me ever since.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. So living where you do, which I think is sort of 30 minutes from Yarmouth, does that kind of prevent you from doing a lot of Formula One stock car meetings? Is that kind of the thing that sort of stops a lot of travel?
Yes, it does. Obviously, because I say I'm no different to Matt. Really, we do have a long distance to travel wherever we go. The closest one I got is Kings Lynn, so hour and a half from home in the bus. But yeah, that is a trek when you start going to Bellevue and Sheffield and Scotland's 10 hours for us. That's a long trek.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but like I say, with business as well, I can't always just walk away from the business to go stock car racing. As much as I'd like, I can't do it.
I do remember talking to you in the pits a lot, Gelly, and I kind of said, "Oh, how's the journey home?" And you went, "It's 10 hours." I'm like, "Geez, that's I thought 5 was bad for us." Do you know what I mean? It's like that's a long way.
Yeah, it is a very long way. Yeah. I do enjoy it up there though. So, but whether or not I shall go again or not, I don't know. But you might come on to that.
Yeah, well, you've got next year, haven't you? It's going to be next year now, anyway. So plenty of time to plan it.
Yeah.
You mentioned at the beginning your sort of your final winners trophy behind you. So you have had like really pretty good success on Tarmac, including 2 final wins. Did that shape your decision to kind of go out and get a Ryan Harrison Tarmac car?
Probably the Ryan Harrison Tarmac car just sort of come along. Really, to be fair, I actually went over there to buy some bits. The chassis sat there, and that we sort of almost talked about it, and that just sort of transpired really. And it wasn't necessarily going out of my way to get a new Tarmac car, just how it happened really, which is yeah. But I have also I've now sold. I sold that last year, so I'm just sticking with shale this year.
Okay, yeah. So I did have that as a note to ask you. Have you sold that car, and I guess why? And is the decision to kind of move away from Tarmac in the future?
Someone offered me some money for the Tarmac car. We're all the same, I guess. That's all got a price, hasn't it? So I let it go. obviously we didn't really know where the tarmac job was going to be, did we? 12 months ago with obviously the Speedworth job. So the money was on the table, the money was right, so it went. And at the minute, I haven't got any plans to go back onto tarmac for the short term anyway.
So I guess out of tarmac and shale, do you have a preference? Like, actually, I would prefer to race on that particular surface.
To be fair, obviously at Speedworth, never did race on a shale track. So I've done 15 years with Speedworth. Never raced on shale till I come over to a Formula One. So obviously predominantly tarmac was always my chosen choice, if you like. But with obviously then once you start getting into a semi, what's on shale, as much as I borrowed a car off Matt once or twice, it's just not the same, is it? Again, Kingsley an hour and a half down the road, Mildenhall an hour. So yeah, just gradually drifted over to shale. It's far more fun, isn't it?
Yeah, so everybody says. Yeah, everybody says the same.
Yeah, yeah, you still get lots of damage, I know, but it is far more fun, and we do enjoy it. So yeah, it's just the travelling short term, to be honest. Like I say, Northampton 2 hours. So the short term, just sticking to shale.
Yeah. Okay. And you, obviously, you know, an established, you know, accomplished racer from Speedworth into Formula One. Did you find it a real steep learning curve when you went on to shale, kind of going, I've got no idea what I'm doing?
Yeah, because it's frustrating, isn't it? Sometimes you can't practice on shale, can you? Which always I find that quite hard because you just don't. Obviously, if you're going off the yellows, the reds are on you, aren't they? You just don't get enough track time to get used to it. But yeah, I enjoy it now. Yeah, it doesn't phase me now. Yeah, so yeah, it's that does take a bit of getting used to.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned sticking with shale. So looking at the 2021 season, quite luckily, I mean, it is predominantly shale tracks that feature in the fixture list. Have you sort of set yourself any targets or goals for the 2021 season?
Not really. I should probably just try and do plenty of the qualifiers to begin with. See if I can get into a semi. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really target anything. You just want to win every race you go in, don't you? We're all the same for that, aren't we? Yeah, obviously I'd like to perhaps get into a semi-final if we can, and then obviously try and get in another world final. But yeah, we just take every meeting as we come. If we can go, we go. Yeah, just see how we get on.
You've been in, is it two world finals you've been in? Is it two world finals?
Yeah, luckily I got in the last Coventry one.
Yeah.
Which obviously at the time nobody knew that was the last one, did they?
No.
Hopefully we can go back there sometime. It's a special place. And I got in the one at Skegness 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, both. Yeah, superb occasions. Yeah, loved every minute, obviously.
Are you excited about paying a visit to Bradford?
Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'll be there at some point. Whether or not I can make the first one or not, if it is that bank holiday weekend, unfortunately, some bank holidays can be very busy for us. I might not get there for the first one, but yeah, I will be there definitely. I've never been. Yeah, we will be there. No, definitely.
Good. So you've had sort of 10 years in the Formula now. Is your long-term plan to stick with Formula One?
Yes, I'll never do anything else because there's nothing else get close to it, is there? Obviously, let's say race Speedworth. It's just the buzz in it of Formula One. There's a good crowd in there, and I love it. I will never sit in another race car. When I'm finished with Formula One, that'll be I shall retire.
Yeah, I mean, we've done lots of these kind of new interviews and spoke to drivers who've been off and raced something else or tried something else and have gone, do you know what? It just isn't the same. You know, and there's lots of different bits that come into Formula One that make it special and make people actually go, I don't want to go and race anything else. It won't compare. So
yeah, there is no comparison, and as much as obviously the crowd aren't loud in the pits at the minute or last year, where you just love people coming to see you. We're all the same for that because we enjoy that. People come to see what we're up to in the bus, and when you're fixing stuff, we just love to see people. Really love to.
Do you keep the car where you work? Is it kind of on your sort of garage premises?
Yeah. I never get it in during the day though. That only ever comes in the workshop of a night time. It will not come in during the day. Don't let it interfere with my work.
That's very self-disciplined. That's very good.
Yeah, and I won't let it happen. Yeah. To be fair, the workshop's normally too full to get him in anyway. But yeah, no, I won't touch it during the day. No, definitely not. Never have done, never will do.
Good. So before we kind of just sort of finish and move on to your car for this year, Matt Newsom's been a huge help for you, hasn't he? You've already kind of mentioned it in terms of your Formula One career.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's helped me from the start. And if I'm honest, the day when I actually retire, I will go and help him. Because I want to be, I'll sort of stay a part of it. Yeah, for as long as we can. He has, huge help. Yeah, him and his family. Yeah, without him, I wouldn't have done what I've achieved.
Yeah. We were talking to, I think Calvin mentioned it last night. I don't think it was necessarily on camera, but he said that going into the 21 season, you could actually probably have a heat race with all the Matt Newsom cars. You know, there's that many of them that's kind of out and about now.
Yeah, that's right. You probably could, couldn't you? He's got cars everywhere.
Right, Colin, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you this evening. You can let your son go back on the Xbox very shortly. So before we go, and thank you very much. Good luck for 2021, and I'd just like to hand over to you to introduce your car for the 2021 season.
No problem. Now I'm going to show you the new car for 2021, built by Matt Newsom. I'm just going to thank one or two people, but there is quite a few people. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got obviously Goodswen's Garage and Recovery, Tube, Scaffolding and Waverley Truck Parts, who have been with me from the start, ever since I began racing, really. Alan Curtis Land Rover, Dolphin Travel. Don't know if there's too many people into national hot rod racing, but his son actually races national hot rods. He's always helped me. MRW CF Electrical, Yarmouth Stadium, Aston Autos, Beckwell Car Spares, Hammond Road Cars, obviously Matt Newsom, Murray Harrison, who's always helped me as well. Along with Speeder Fabrications, Graham Cooper Electrical, Suffolk Car Centre, Scrapco, who are new on board this year. And I'd just like to thank 3 mechanics who have been with me again from the start. Absolutely genuine, honest and reliable. Crockett, Noggs and Pytech. And obviously I've got to thank my wife and Noah for putting up with me, haven't I? They enjoy it as well as I do, but there's a lot of time, money and effort we put into it. And without them, obviously I wouldn't be able to do it. So yeah, here's the car.